Josh Hall, my longtime iRacing friend and colleague here for Intensity Broadcasting, and we bring you the Sabbath Day Racing Series from Charlotte Motor Speedway, 2018. We're going to be doing 55 laps. Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Oh, I'm good. We had a really good race last week, and looks like we got the point standings here for it. In first place, we got Carl Staton with 28. He's tied with the second place point standings person, Ian Martin, both with 28 points after week one. And then Ron Morris is in third with 25. Andrew Freeling and Jonathan Mitchum are tied for fourth with 23. James Basser is in the sixth spot with 18. Austin Craig and Brandon Vandewedge are in the seventh and eighth spot, tied with 17 points. And rounding out the top nine, we have Eric Batzer with 10 points. So we're here at Charlotte. What do we expect today?
Well, I expect a lot of super speedway style racing, a lot of drafting, a lot of excitement for sure. These guys were putting on quite the show in practice, and hopefully we can get something similar to that. I mean, there's a lot of passing, a lot of moving around, a lot of three wide in practice, so hopefully the race will be very similar.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had some really good racing here with the Sabbath Day Series in the past. We had one season down. I think Ian Martin took that series by storm, correct?
He did, absolutely, and yeah, it was a great series, and hoping for more of the same.
So Charlotte Motor Speedway was formerly known as Lowe's Motor Speedway, and it's a motorsports complex located in Concord, North Carolina, which is basically the heart of NASCAR racing. That's where and Charlotte is where the NASCAR Hall of Fame is. It's where most of the drivers have some sort of stakeholder spot there. It's also where normally the NASCAR All-Star race is held. But this past week we saw them go to Bristol Motor Speedway. What did you think of that race?
Man, that was awesome. I enjoyed it. I thought a lot of the things they did was pretty cool, especially the pick a lane and the underglow into the cars kind of gave it a different look. But it was overall, I thought it was a pretty good race. How about the
I
race?
wasn't too I wasn't too fond of the underglow, but I did like the pick a lane. And yeah, I think you were gonna say, how about the race today?
Oh my goodness, great race today.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney led most of the race, won the first and second stage, and then a caution cost him the race, I think, personally. He gets trapped a lap down because of the caution, and, I follow him because he's my driver. But hell, Austin Dillon taking one home for the team, huh?
Yeah, that was a great win for him, and all of RCR won too. My guy Ryan Priest got caught up in that big melee on the restart there, but you know, it's great racing altogether. Hope to see similar racing tonight. I mean, Charlotte and Texas are almost the same shape. Uh, it's not going to be quite as hot here on iRacing as it was in Texas today, but we should be seeing similar racing and similar styles tonight for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Charlotte and Texas are pretty similar in their layout. A lot of people think that turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are identical on both of these tracks. They're not. 3 and 4 is a little bit sharper than 1 and 2 at Charlotte. Is that correct?
1 and 2 is a little bit sharper. 3 and 4 you can kind of float into the corner more, really keep your speed up to get down into that front straightaway.
And I think that has a lot to do with the shape of the dog leg too, because you get to open up coming off of 4 a little bit easier than you could coming
Exactly.
out of 2.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. As you come off of 4, it really starts to open up and widen up for the dog leg for the quad oval, and that allows you
So
to really get a
So
run
should
down that.
we see some side by side racing tonight with these guys and getting some runs off of 4 down the dog leg?
Absolutely. If I remember correctly, we ran Charlotte as the series finale in the last season of this. So, and it was an exciting race. So hopefully we're going to see the same tonight.
I do remember it being quite entertaining, and I think there was a couple of wrecks in that one too, and it was a close call for some of those guys. I think Carl Staton ran away with it though, did he not?
He did run away with it. Yep. And tonight, looking like we're going to have a full field of 15 cars. So that's going to be exciting. I know we do have a heat race coming up after this to set the field, and then the actual feature, which is 55 laps.
Perfect. And so, how much time we got left before qualifying?
Right now, we got 2 minutes left in qualifying, and at the moment, we got Ian Martin leading the board. with a
Yeah, with
36.
Carl. Yeah, and then Carl Statton's not too far back, like what 200ths maybe,
Yeah,
something
and
like that.
Carl's on the track right now running laps. I believe Ian has already ran all 4 of his laps. No, he has not.
Yeah, he's not driving right now though. I think he went out, laid one down, and said, "I'm chalking it up as I got this."
Yeah, he's just sitting down on the end of pit road saying, seeing what else everybody else laid down, see if he has to go back out.
Maybe he's waiting for the fuel. Maybe he's just letting it chime that fuel down a little bit, make it a little lighter, make it go a little faster.
Could be. Right now we're taking a look at Derek Batzer right now in the 23 car. He's making his laps around the track. Keeping it right down on that blue line.
Yeah, he didn't have such a nice showing last week. Hopefully, we can see a little bit better from him this week. It's tough out there with these guys.
Yeah,
These guys are really good stock rate.
It's a really, really aggressive group. They want to, make the most of it and lead laps and be at the front because, things are going to happen in the back of the pack. Usually they don't happen at the front. I say usually, but we've seen the front have issues here as well. So, about 30 seconds, we'll be going into our first heat race.
Yeah, it looks like Ian held that pole spot with Carl Statton in second. John S. Buwalda Jr., which is a new driver. I don't think we've seen him in our series yet, in the third spot.
Yep, Derek Batzer finishing in fourth. Michael White in fifth. Bill Watkins in sixth.
And then we've got seventh Wyatt C. Martin, Ron Morris in the eighth spot with a 36.869, and in the ninth John Buwalda, which must be another Buwalda.
Yep, and then we got James Batzer. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button on my screen here. Yeah, we had James Batzer in 10th, along with Max McClear in 11th, and TJ Floyd in 12th.
And then rounding out the top 15 and all the drivers here is Andrew Freeling, Billy Smith, and Jonathan Mitchum. And Billy Smith is a local to where I'm currently living. He owns Smith Rapson Graphics. They sponsor some of the races these guys do. I don't think they're sponsoring tonight, but his company sponsors some of the race. So he's pretty good street stock driver as well. We'll see if he can do anything tonight as we get this first heat rolling.
And we see them all lined up on the front stretch here. The pace car starts rolling. Everybody's going to start pulling away. So what are you expecting to see in the heat race here, Joe?
I expect them to go hard and see what they can do here. Expect them to go hard and see what they can do here, Josh. You still got me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
All right. Yeah, I broke up there for a second. Yeah, I think they're going to go hard and see what they got for these guys, and I think we'll see some guys testing to see how good they can get through each corner and what they can do in the racing here. What do you think?
I think we're going to see about the same. I think the guys up front are going to try to keep it as clean as they can. I mean, it's only 5 laps, so, they got to see what they have, what they can get, and get to the front so they get a good start position here.
I mean, Ian and Carl pretty much own this series right now. They owned the last season. They're owning this series right now. If you're those guys in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, you're looking to get rid of those guys early here and maybe get them at the back. I think you take some chances here in the heat race. Maybe walk them down, maybe,
Absolutely.
Make them start behind you in the main, if you can.
Here they come. Pace car pulls in. Entering the restart or the starting zone right now, and the green is in the air. They rocket down the front stretch.
Down into turn 1, it looks like Ian and Carl are going to be side by side.
Yeah, it looks like Carl's got a little help there on the top side of the 23, trying to give him a little push here through the corner.
That's a 23 of Derek Batzer pushing Carl down the backstretch here. As they head into 3, it looks like Carl might have Ian by a nose, but
Oh,
Ian's
there's a
hanging
wreck on the
tough. Ooh, big
backstretch.
wreck behind them. Yep. No cautions in the heat races, so they're going to keep rolling here. But that was a big wreck behind them. So, I mean, I think these guys are going to take some chances in this heat race, see what they got, you know? Why not go 3 wide here, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, although it looks like Derek Batzer is trying to make it 3 wide there.
Ian's hanging tough on that inside line here at Charlotte. All by his lonesome. Nobody even there to help him. He's got 3 coming, though.
Oh, and the 23 gets in the 88, gets him a little loose there through the corner, but Ian's strong right there on the bottom, even though Carl's got that help. Ian's just on rails.
I think Staten just got him at the line, though, because we got him marked down as first right now.
Staten did get him at the line.
So that's huge to know coming down the end of a race.
Absolutely, and that's what this heat race is really about, is learning. Trying to figure out what your car will and won't do, especially in dirty air, the guys towards the back of the pack. After this race is over, we'll take a look at, see what happened in the back of the pack with that wreck. Right now they're coming to the line with, coming to 2 to go. It looks like Stanton's going to have the lead by a nose as they rock it in turn 1. Will Batzer make him 3 wide? That's the question.
I'm not sure, but the lap times these guys are laying down behind them are crazy. The 9th position's got just laid down a 385.
Yeah, and here comes the 057 of John Buala. He's coming in that nice A10. Oh, he gets turned.
He was loose on entry. I think he tapped the apron. He pulled a Josh Hall.
Yeah, it looks like Wyatt Martin was caught up in that as well.
Carl still had him at the line. White flag's out.
Well, White is out. And here comes Ian on the bottom. Carl's got no help now because Batzer went down to help Ian out.
Yeah, Batzer's going for it himself. He wants some of that action.
Is the 09 of Michael White going to go up there and help Carl? Or is it too late?
I think it's too late. I think at this point, you got what you got. It's going to be close here at the end. I think they might making some contact off the corner here. Oh, he's underneath him. 23 to the inside.
Batzer's got the run. He's got the push. And it's going to be...
Martin.
By .034.
Oh, it's exciting racing though. Those guys put it to it. I like that little. Maybe you should do like 2 or 3 heats. Get some excitement going. That was pretty good.
Oh, and fireworks.
Little heat racing fireworks. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I hear some fireworks. So Ian Martin finishes in first in the heat race. Then we had Derek Batzer finish in second. Carl Stanton in third. Michael White fourth. Ron Morris fifth.
TJ Floyd's rounding out the 6th position. 7th is Andrew Freeling. 8th, Jonathan Mitchum. 9th, Max McLaren. Rounding out the top 10 is John Bawalda Jr. Looks like he dropped some positions starting in the 3rd spot. He dropped way back. I think he was one of the guys locked up in one of those wrecks, huh?
Yeah, he got turned there at the end of the race there. And then you had Bill Watkins in 11th, Wyatt Martin, Billy Smith, John Buala, and James Batzer finishing out the top 15. So it looks like we have 2 John Bualas.
Yeah, we have a senior and a junior, maybe?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Senior and junior.
And Junior's putting it to his dad, or his uncle, or his brother, or cousin, or however they do it. But that's cool. John's going to roll off 10th. Looks like he might have missed gridding.
That's what it looks like.
Junior did? Looks like Junior missed the grid. I'm not getting scoring on him anyway.
Yeah, I don't see any scoring on him either, and I don't see him on the track, so he may have disconnected.
I haven't seen him disconnect. I'm watching the Words. Yep, he's in the car now, so he's just gonna be starting from pit road. Maybe he knows something we don't about what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, or maybe he had some kind of technical difficulty causing him to miss the grid, which happens. We've all been there.
Before this race gets started, I just want to give a shout out to Intensity Broadcasting. If you guys are watching, please like, follow, and subscribe. So when we go live, you'll be able to catch these races and hear me and Josh talk awesome broadcasting skills.
All right, looks like the field is coming through 3 and 4 right now. Getting ready to go green. As they come off of 4, pace car pulls in. And they're coming to the starting zone again. And green flag in the air. And Ian Martin gets a great jump on the start. Derek Batzer on the outside.
That's a bit of winning. Derek got a good start too there on the outside.
Yeah, but here comes
Stanley's going to give him a show.
Carl giving Ian the big push, giving him the business down into 1 and 2. Getting him out there. Derek Batzer's got nothing else he can do but pull in behind him. As they come through 3 and 4 here, all lined up. Looks like Ian Martin's going to lead the first lap. So I don't think Carl's going to try to make a move here. But you got the top 5 all lined up.
It's a nice long 55 laps. I think these guys are going to be pretty patient, line it up for a little bit. At least in the front. At the back, we're seeing some 2 and 3 wide.
Absolutely. And again, back there in the dirty air, even though these cars aren't super aerodynamic, that dirty air will really upset the car back there.
Yeah, Jonathan Mitchum's real high coming out of 4 here.
Yeah, looks like he's going to tuck back in.
Ooh, 1 in the grass, 2 in the grass. These guys are cutting it close on that grass coming through the tri over there. Got a nice battle for the 3rd or the 4th spot there, Josh.
Yeah, it looks like the 06, the 09 side by side coming through the corner. 09's going to slide back in. That's the 09 of Michael White.
Yeah, that 76 of Ron Morris is always in the mix. He's always in the top 5 or 6 guys. He's always right there, ready to pounce on a W if something happens in front of him. But he's just we've never seen him really up in the front leading these things yet. But it looks like he's starting to get comfortable and riding in that 4th spot, just waiting for something to happen in front of him here.
And it looks like the whole field's kind of getting single file as we speak. I don't know if they're just trying to conserve or...
So these guys pay to be in this, and so without resets and stuff of that nature, you're throwing your money down the drain if you go out there and wreck in the first 5 laps. Oh, Ron Morris either got tight or jumped up to the high side thinking he could make a move. Looks like he might go to the back now.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to get freight trained all the way back. Oh, the 09 of Michael White comes up there and sees if he can help him. Nope, he's going to tuck back in, and it looks like Morris is going to be looking for a hole. He might be able to tuck in behind that 09.
Yep, looks like he's gonna. Too early to make that move. I don't think people are going to go with you this early right now, you know what I mean?
No, not at all. But up at the front, we still have Ian Martin, Carl Stanton, Derek Batzer, all on each other's bumpers.
So I think that's the key, right? Carl Stanton's going to be your key. When Carl Stanton hits the outside or hits the inside, that's when you jump out there. You go up to the front with them guys. But I think until that move is made, you kind of just ride in line, maybe save some fuel. If you're smart, you might be able to make it to the end without a pit stop. If they go green the entire time, a lot of these guys are going to have to pit, from what I understand from the way that this is set up. So
yep.
They're going to have to take some sort of fuel.
Yeah, you might be able to make it if you save. But more than likely, you're going to have to come in, and we'll see if tires make a difference, too. It looks like we got a little battle in the back here between Max McClure and the 47 of John Buwala. Oh, John Buwala just hit the wall. He's going to be falling
slap.
back. Yeah, a little slap in the wall there. He's starting to go backwards. Lost all his momentum. Oh, we got Max McClure just got loose. And they're 4 wide at the very back of the pack.
Wow.
But it looks like everybody's still going straight, so no caution. We'll keep rolling. Back up front as they all run single file. Joe, is there any advantage to running single file like this besides saving fuel?
I think saving fuel, saving tires, not getting into any trouble. I think that's what these guys' main focus is right now, is just staying out of trouble, staying lined up.
Yeah, the top 6 are all lined up, and it looks like the 7th place car on back, they're starting to battle for position a little bit and run a little too wide.
So if it was me and you and Yacht and our team, we'd be queuing it up and trying to hit that outside on the backstretch and stuff like that. Try to drive away from those guys behind us, maybe make some separation. But these guys seem pretty content in riding that low line behind Ian.
Yeah, because it's really hard to pass on the outside, so if you can keep your tires locked down on that blue line, people aren't really going to try to pass you down on the apron.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no out of bounds rule, so they could, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, they could Bobby Labonte people. Yeah.
You're still sore about that, aren't you?
You know, I was only leading the race. No big deal, Bobby Labonte. He had a good run. I don't think anything. I would have done the same thing if I was in his position. It was fun. It's still fun to talk. Oh, we had one spinning on the apron. Oh, he hit the wall too. No caution. We're still green.
There's a 13 of Andrew Fairley. Let's take a look here, see what happened here. As they're coming through the corner, he just hit the apron, got a little loose. It looks like the 7 car might have given him a little help too. But just caught the inside wall, but doesn't look like too much damage. He should be able to continue on.
Yeah, hopefully he'll get a lucky caution, maybe get them repairs taken care of. But as of right now, they're rolling green, still single file at the front, 5 deep.
A little bit of separation between the rest of the field, as you can see on this wide shot here. A couple guys running too wide in the back, which isn't really good because you're trying to catch up to the front. You're just hurting yourself at that point. The best thing you can do is just get everybody all lined up and try to catch down that lead group.
Just now looked like Staten was looking for maybe like a little diamond action off that corner there, trying to find where he could get a good run on Ian. It was kind of, see, he's kind of swooping it up here, laying off just a little bit, and it looks like he's going to try to make a run down the backstretch maybe if he gets a good run. Nope. Just a line change maybe, a little different. Maybe saving those tires.
It's possible. Maybe trying to cool it off. I don't know. You know how much these things are going to overheat being right on the back bumper of the car in front of you. So he might have tried to get a little air in the nose. Also, you might have been getting a little tight being right up underneath the rear bumper too. So get a little air on the nose, help the car turn. Could be that too.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I keep seeing the 76 there kind of float off the corner a little bit. I don't know if he's trying to make a run or see what he can do as he's getting passed by the 09 of Michael White. He's going to tuck right back in behind him. I don't know if he's just trying to get an idea of what his car is going to do or if he's just not handling real well.
I think that's what it is. I think he's trying not to eat them tires up, but he's sliding that thing around, not trying to eat them up.
I was going to say, that was definitely eat the tires up being sideways like that.
I agree with him releasing on the corners off exit, but I just don't. I mean, now if you're going to turn it sideways.
And also right here is Mike Mitchum. I'm sorry, Jonathan Mitchum. And usually you see him running a little bit of a looser car. Usually he's the one sliding the back end around.
Yeah, maybe he's in conserve mode too. He's usually a lot faster and a little bit more aggressive. Maybe he's just in conserve mode right now. I think these guys are all thinking fuel, Josh. I really do. And they're all like, "Oh, we'll just let Ian go out front and run all his fuel down, and we'll beat him that way."
Yeah, because when you're the leader, you're pushing the air. You're pushing all the air for everybody else.
Yeah, you're pushing the air, and you're also pulling all these guys behind you too, so you're eating that fuel up.
49, TJ Floyd looked like he just ran a little high as well.
So maybe these guys are going to be getting a little pushy as these laps tick off. We're up to 16 laps down now.
And up front, we still have Ian Martin, Carl Stanton, and Derek Batzer, nose to tail.
It looks like we're starting to get about a 7-car breakaway, 8-car breakaway.
Yeah, it looks like Batzer just wants to push Stanton right past Stan. He was just right up on the back bumper, kind of went high and said, "Come on, let's go." Well, I don't think Carl wants to make that move just yet.
I think these guys are nervous about the, what is it, the 09 car. He keeps giving a little blink here and there. And in iRacing, what is blinking, Josh? What happens?
Well, because you're racing virtually online, you know, sometimes you might lose a packet or the little connection from the server. So instead of you being out there where it doesn't know where you are, it'll cause your car to blink. It's a safer way to do it because now your car is invisible as opposed to being solid that can cause a wreck because the server really doesn't know where you are.
Right, yeah. And so that packet loss, when he talks about packet loss, is when a connection talks, or when you're on the internet, you're sending what they call packets, which is data, information, and slow internet connections will have troubles with that. And the speed at which iRacing uses, you can see up in the top right corner, normally when you're racing, it'll give you frames per second and also an L and Q, which is your quality and lag. And so, you know, he might be having some issues. It could be PC issues too, right?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I've seen graphic cards overheat and cause the physics to mess up and cause the blink. At the same time, we've got TJ Floyd in the 49 car trying to make something happen on the outside by himself. He's moved up a couple spots, just side drafting and trying to get up there. But
well, I think there's a lot of lifting going on. Like I said, I think these guys are trying to just conserve a little bit of fuel, and I think that's given him that opportunity to make runs. But long way around, that's not going to do anything for his fuel.
No, not at all. Let's go on board with Carl Stanton and see if there's any lifting going on as he comes through 1 and 2 here right on Ian's back bumper. I'm sorry, through 3 and 4 onto the front stretch. He seems to be solidly wide open as right now.
Yeah, it sounds like he's flat out on these straightaways.
Yeah, that pedal has not left the ground. So he's going to give a little bump to Ian here.
Even regardless, I still think you're in the pack. You're saving more than Ian is.
Next, we go on board with Derek Batzer. See if it's more of the same. Now Derek is having to get out of the gas just a little bit.
Yep. So he's been doing some lifting. He's been doing some saving. You'll see probably here through this turn too. Yep, you can hear it. Just a little blip there.
That's all it takes. Yep, little blip there through 3 and 4. So he's definitely getting off the gas.
Yep.
It does.
So these guys are gonna be running up on lap traffic here pretty soon too. And Andrew Freeling, he's about 23 seconds back of them, so they got about 13 seconds still before they get to him. But
yep, I was about to say TJ Floyd and Ron Morris were trying to make something happen on the outside, and looks like Ron Morris just got a little high, got up into the wall, brushed the wall a little bit, and now he's falling backwards. Looks like he scuffed up the right side a little bit. No caution for that because nobody went around, but he did hit the wall pretty significantly. Here comes TJ working that side draft.
it looks like he just got Jonathan Mitchum a little loose off that exit too. Being there, he cleared Mitchum.
He has, and now he's working on the 09 of Michael White.
He's gonna be side by side-ish with him now. No.
Nope, looks like he's just gonna ride out there. Here comes Mitchum back on the inside. So I don't think that high line is going to work by yourself. That's for sure.
It might be the safe spot right now, though, Josh. I've been in that position where you're out there and all these guys in the bottom line checking up and swerving all over the place, and they wreck each other, and you're just out there by yourself. You're able to get by it.
Yeah, but how much more fuel is he burning being up there on the outside by himself?
Probably a ton because he's flat out the whole way around. As much as Ian's burning per lap, if not more, because he's driving further.
He's taking a long way around for sure.
So I'd imagine the 49 and the 98 are both going to need to pit at some point. At least, if not everybody. Depends on how much people are saving, but it's not really a way to tell, honestly. Max McClure went a lap down in the 11, so he must have pulled off maybe to get some repairs, and yeah, he did. He did a 32-second pit stop there.
Or he could be playing the fuel strategy. He knows he can make it from here on a tank of fuel. So
well, he was the guy that hit the wall earlier, right?
Yep, we just have another one on pit lane right now. It's 13 of Andrew Freeling.
Oh, okay, yeah, Freeling was the one that actually wrecked.
So now we've got two distinct groups. We've got the first 7 cars, pretty much single file with TJ Floyd on the outside, or Floyd, excuse me. And then you got Ron Morris pulling around the second group. It looks like the second group is starting to run these guys down a little bit. They're running about a tenth and a half faster per lap.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about before. I'd be queuing that thing up, trying to walk away from those guys, just get as much separation as you can. Was Ron Morris the one you said tap the wall and they're running him down, though?
Yeah. Yeah, Ron Morris' last lap was a 36.4, and Ian's last lap was a 36.5.
Freeling's still on pit road. He must be getting his repairs done. He's up to 45-second pit stop here. He's 2 laps to the bad. Max McClure's in the 14th, 1 lap to the bad.
We also had John Buwalda Jr. in the 057 come in and pit. His stop was 11.6 seconds, so I think he might have...
That was from the beginning, I think, when he started on pit road, where they hold him.
I didn't think of that. That's true. Technology, it only tells you the information you can see.
He's still 20 seconds off the back of the pack too, so he's probably burning up some fuel as well. He's gonna have to pit as well.
A lot cleaner of a race than we've seen with these guys in the past. We've seen a couple races where there was quite a few yellows in the first couple laps. And
I think they're learning they don't want to flush their money down the toilet, right? Like they want to go out and actually have a chance to compete, and wrecking on the first 3 or 5 or 7 laps is not, conducive to making shit happen at the end. So.
No, not at all. So now the gap from 7th to 8th is 2.1 seconds. So they are slowly reeling in that front pack.
Yep, and we're just over halfway to the finish here.
Yep, just over halfway. So, and now they're starting to get a little racier in the back. Looks like they're running side by side. So that's not going to do anybody any favors back there. It looks like John Buwala in the 47 decided that he wants to lead this rear group.
That's understandable if Ron has damage. I can see myself wanting to do that. I've been in that position where you want to get by the guy who you think's holding you up.
They're just putting Ron to the back of the pack here. So let's see if they can run these guys down the next couple laps. So the question is, when are they going to make the stop? Because a few of them are going to have to. Ian, for sure. Even Carl. Oh, Ian's
Oh, there
pulled
he
off. There
is.
they go on the
Speaking of
pit road
double,
right now.
oh, Batser tagged Staten. Staten spins onto pit road.
And Ian got a little bit in that too. Hopefully,
Doesn't
not
look
enough
like
to.
he got much damage down the side.
Oh, but
Staten's still rolling.
looks like everybody's rolling on the pit lane now.
I would imagine that Staten got a black flag for speeding into the pits, but he did definitely get tagged into the pits. So
Now, let's take a look and see what happened here. Yeah, he just locked up the brakes coming on the pit road and caught Ian. It also looks like he caught the 15 of Jonathan Mitchum. So we'll have to see if anybody has any significant damage when they peel off pit road here. It looks like the first car rolling is the 09, but Ian having that first stall made a big difference
yes,
as they're coming off a pit road.
absolutely. Staten even got a pretty hot. He might still be racy here, Josh. Might be able to still hang with him. I think.
I think you're right. But Michael White with that entrance on the pit lane. I'm sorry, not Michael White. Wyatt Martin with that entrance on the pit lane, watching everybody spin in front of him, being able to come out right behind Ian Martin. That could be a race-winning move right there.
Absolutely. It looks like both Batsers are still on track, running 1-2.
Yep, it looks like they just came off a pit road right now. As we see Derek pull up onto the backstretch, getting up the speed.
Oh, Derek's going to be leading this thing, I think. I think he's going to stick it on that bottom line and stay there, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
I don't care how fast they're going behind me.
Yeah, and as Derek crosses the line here, he's got a pretty significant lead. He got about a half-second lead on Ian and Wyatt.
Yeah, they'll be there in no time, but I think that they're going to have to move Derek out of the way or go around him on the outside because he's going to hang on that low line like Ian did for most of the race.
Absolutely.
I wonder what he did different. You think he took 2 tires or?
Yeah, his stop was about 7 seconds faster. So he might have only taken 2 tires, or might not have taken any. He just filled it up.
A little less, maybe a little less fuel.
Maybe. As Ian's on his back bumper now. Is Ian going to make the move to the outside, or is he just going to tuck it in? Looks like he's just going to tuck it in.
I think he's just going to follow him here. I think that these guys know that they got a 3-car breakaway. If they're thinking long term, they're thinking, you know what, we'll just follow him. And then maybe the Martins team up on the bats or push him out to the front. That's what you and I would do.
Absolutely. Yeah, Carl's running all by himself, and so is James Batzer.
Yeah. Carl needs to get tucked up behind James in order to even have a chance at this thing.
Minus the 3 at the front, the only other 2 cars that are anywhere near each other are TJ Floyd and Ron Morris.
It looks like James is on pit road. So I think he was going a lap down, maybe?
He might have been.
I think it's his first, yeah, it's his first pit. So he was just back to the field, I think.
Actually, Jonathan Mitchum is showing a lap down. So him and TJ Floyd are working together. TJ sitting in the 6th place. See if he can run down, help run down the leaders here.
He's going to have to, what, catch Bill Watkins and Carl Staten as well?
That's what it looks like, yeah. Because right now it looks like pretty much everybody is all separated, minus the front 3.
Yep, Staten's running by himself. He's got 7 seconds on the next car. And then you got Floyd and, let's see, Floyd and Mitchum, right?
Yeah, and then you got, it looks like the group of Billy Smith. And he's got a couple cars with him as well, so for the most part, everybody's by themselves.
Yeah, it's not doing anybody any good. Oh, those four are together though.
Oh,
Oh,
and here comes Ian on the inside of Derek. And Ian's
how
going to
did that
resume.
happen?
Looks like Ian's going to resume the lead. It looks like the 23 just got a little loose. I don't know if Ian gave him a little bump.
Yeah, can we go back and look at that? Maybe see what happened there to make him push up the track?
Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like Ian got into the back of him coming off the corner and just shoved him up the track.
Interesting.
Now we're back to live, and Ian's got that comfortable lead back in the front now with Wyatt Martin right behind him. I wonder if Derek's going to be a little upset about that. That might come back and haunt Ian at the end.
No, I don't think so. I think that's a racing deal. I don't think he meant ill intention of it. You got to move him eventually. And I think that's what I was saying before about what these guys were doing with Stat. And I think those guys knew that they have to move him off that bottom line. They were just waiting to do it, right? And Ian was ready to do it, I guess.
I mean, there's still 15 laps to go.
Yeah. Maybe Batzer's car's going away a little bit here. Maybe the handling is not so hot. Josh,
That's true. He didn't take tires, so he could having those hot tires. He could be sliding around just a little bit more.
yeah. Looks like Wyatt's looking inside here too.
Yeah,
Wyatt's not gonna give Ian no slack. I think he'll put the bumper to him to win this thing too. So
absolutely, I've seen a couple of guys use that AstroTurf through the tri-oval, either to get the car to turn a little bit better, or just try to get a little more inside, if you will. That's a unique thing about Charlotte here is there is no grass in the front stretch. That is all AstroTurf. They added that when they added the Roval, kind of keep cars from getting in there and tearing off their splitters.
that's kind of interesting.
Kind of like what happened to Kyle Busch today in the Cup Series.
Yeah. How about him getting his win pulled from him in the Xfinity for having too low ride height?
I saw that too, and you know, he seemed very upset about it. And rules are rules. I mean, I don't care if you've won one race or a million races. The rule's the rule. If you got caught with it low, you got caught. Suck it up and move on.
I agree. I think we need to start doing checks on Ian Martin's car after these races.
Well, looks like these three cars are coming up on some lappers right now. See if the lappers are going to play nice or.
If I'm a lapper, I'm holding that bottom line. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna Ryan Newman that shit and make it as hard as they can. Dude, every time they try to pass him in NASCAR, it's like, for real.
He's definitely the hardest to pass.
It was really good to see RCR take 1-2 this week. It was cool.
Absolutely. I was really hoping Reddick would have got up there, but see either one of them, that was great.
With no tires, I don't think Reddick had a chance.
Kind of like what we're seeing with Derek Batzer right now with no tires.
Yeah,
Really
right?
him, yeah.
Able to hang with them, but not able to do anything with it right now. We'll see it. Still got 10 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Sabbath Day Racing Series and the Mason-Dixon and ISSL.
ISSL, yep.
iRacing Super Stock League. So James Batzer runs the Mason-Dixon League and Ian Martin runs the Super Stock League. Those guys have come together to put on a pretty cool pay-to-play series here, 4-race series. Winner takes most of it.
And you're right, they've learned you want to be cleaner. I can see the excitement ramping up in the next couple laps. We have just under 10 laps to go.
There's been no caution so far. We've seen a couple guys slap the wall. One slapped the inside wall, and there was caution out. Just as I say it, we have a caution on track. I'm not sure what for, though. Looks like the 337 of Bill Watkins is at 0 right now, so something happened with him.
Yep, let's take a look here, see what happened to him. Coming down the front stretch here. And he just hit the wall and
I've done that job. I've done that at Charlotte and Texas. It's easy to do when you're following someone.
Well, that's going to change a lot of things.
It does. It looks like he's got it rolling now. Ian did not want to see that.
That's the last thing you want to see. You know who did want to see that, though? Derek Batzer.
Carl Staton. Derek Batzer.
TJ Floyd.
Yeah.
Ron Morris.
All the
guys that were way back there. You're right.
Yeah, all the way through 11th. All these guys that are on the lead lap, they wanted that. They needed it. Looks like Jonathan Mitchum's probably going to get his lap back here as well. He'll get the lucky dog, so he'll be back on the lead lap.
Question is, anybody coming in to take tires?
If I'm in the last 4 spots, yeah, I would. Wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Uncheck the fuel, though.
If I was Derek Batzer, I'd think about doing it too.
I don't know. Third's a tough spot to give up. You got Staton and, TJ Floyd behind you. Nah.
You also got a couple guys back there with damage too. So
yeah.
Looks like Mitchum is getting the wave around here. Lucky dog.
So this should be an exciting couple of laps. I called the caution. You called the excitement is about to ramp up. So we're about to have
They should be taking green with 5 laps to go. We'll have
a good little shootout.
With 11 cars on the lead lap.
Shouldn't see any single file.
I expect to see 3 and 4 wide.
Exactly.
Well, if you're picking lane, do you pick the high lane or the low lane?
Well, the low, for sure.
Because I've seen Ian Martin use the outside here and make it work to his advantage.
Yeah. I think you stay on the low line.
You could also go on the high line because Derek Batzer doesn't have tires. He's not going to be able to push that 06 car.
True.
And you might have a little better push from Carl Staton running on the outside with you.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't want to pull Carl Staton by everybody. He's the guy that you're battling for the points lead with. He's your nemesis, you might say. I'm going to say stick with the low line here if it's me.
Wait till iRacing adds choose your own line. That'll be fun.
Or the choose your cone.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The choose cone.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Could you imagine?
I'm surprised they haven't done that with the dirt stuff already.
Yeah, because that would make the dirt racing A, more realistic, and B, a lot more fun. And you'd have a lot more thought that has to go into it.
I don't think that it's that. I feel like I could write that coding or programming right now. Did you go to the right? Yes. Did you go to the left? Yes. Like, all right, you went to the right, you're in this position. You went to the left, you're in this position.
It's just the rest of the code has to play fun with it too.
I know. It's just the addition of a function. All right, we're getting super nerdy now. Super nerdy.
It's all good.
Last week I sat through Windows command line down here in Florida, which has been atrocious because I know it all already, and So the teacher's talking about stuff, and I'm just rolling through it while he's talking about it and doing all the exercises, getting done with them. And then at the end of the class, he's like, "Are you going to do the problems?" I'm like, "I already did them." He's like, "Oh, sorry."
And there's your Windows talk for the day.
Gotta keep us doing something under caution.
That's true. You know, some of the people on that are gonna be watching this will be like, Windows, you just push the button. That's all I know.
Yeah, you just double click. And oh, you can right click too.
You know, install TeamSpeak 6 times.
All right, well, I dare you to look up WMIC. Go ahead and look that up. Maybe some NetShell. That's command line stuff you can play with and learn about your computer.
I've personally been dabbling in Linux, which has been pretty cool. So that's
Linux is easier than Windows, believe it or not.
I've noticed. Well,
You just tell it what you want it to do, and it does it.
Yep. Well, the lights are off on the pace car. There's going to be 1 lap. We're going to have 4 laps to go when they take the green. Unless
It looks like
we have another.
Ian did choose the outside, like you were saying.
Yeah. Unless we have another yellow, which would cause another green.
So does it ask you that now? What
no,
side do you want to?
In this league, they have the option. The leader can choose which side he wants. In iRacing, it really doesn't matter because if you pass on the outside, it's legal to. So the leader can technically choose the outside if he wishes.
Got it.
So yeah, Ian's gonna look for that push from Carl Statten.
Interesting choice, Ian. Interesting choice. We'll see if it pays off here, Cotton.
Just for the record, that was my call.
It looks like we're pretty smart about these things. I called the caution, you called the action and the outside line. I'm going to say the 06 clears the 98, and the 23 gets loose behind him and takes out Carl Statten. That's my theory, and so I'm sticking to it. There we go.
We also got Ron Morris sitting there in the back, too. He could make something happen here. A lot of things that can happen as the pace car pulls off.
Oh, and Ian's
goes
gone
really
already.
early. And that's a smart move right there. Because that hangs out Statten as well. Statten's going to tuck in behind the 06 car. But he didn't get too much of a jump as they come into turn 1 here.
I think Wyatt's going to stick in right behind him. We're going to leave Statten down in that 3rd spot. They still got 4 laps here, so we'll see what happens. Ooh, Wyatt.
Statten's all over the back bumper of Wyatt Martin there. Trying to loosen him up, trying to get by him any way he can as they come through turn 3.
Statten is aggressive on that right rear quarter panel there. That was pretty wild.
Now we'll have 3 laps to go.
Ooh, looks like Carl's gonna. Yep, he's gonna jump up and use the 23 for a push maybe here.
Yeah, I saw Derek jump up to the outside there, and I'm sure Statten did too. And here comes the 49 of TJ Floyd up on that top line too. So now you're gonna have 3 cars working the outside.
Nice little push on the outside. That 49's been up there all night. He's comfortable there. 23 was up there for a while, and now we got Statten out there. Wyatt's trapped down low now. He's got to do some pushing or getting to the inside.
Here comes Statten on the outside, getting a run. As they got 2 laps to go now as they come through 1 and 2.
They were super close at the line last time by.
And we've seen that outside lane pull ahead down the front stretch.
He's clear here down the back stretch. He's got him by a nose. They got 3 cars lined up out there. That'll help. Into 3, they're side by side.
The 23 is just leaning on.
Whoa, standing out of shape. Oh, they're getting wrecked.
They're all turned.
Oh. I think that's going to end it, Josh.
No yellow because he took the white, so there is no yellow.
Oh, man, he's going to win this thing for sure now. Wow, that's too bad for those guys. They had such a great run going.
as Ian Martin comfortably comes through 3 and 4.
We'll see how they limp back. Looks like Statton's got it rolling in 5th. Ron Morse got it rolling in 6th. Statton's going to take 4th at least. 3rd, maybe.
Looks like he looped it around again in turn 3.
Oh, man. That's no good.
We'll have to go back and see everything that happened there.
Absolutely.
Let's go to the instant replay now.
Wow, he crashed twice in a lap. That's no good.
Yeah, it looks like Statton.
Yeah, he just got a little touch. I think the 23 gave him a little bit. Statton kept it pretty straight. Looks like he... Oh, wow! The 09 went up over the fence. And out of bounds. Or 06, I'm sorry.
That was the 06. It looked like of... Wow.
Wow. He's getting some... Ooh, they're getting a couple cars rolling.
Then what happened to Statton? So he got back rolling?
Looks like he might have just been jacked up.
Looks like he was racing at 23. Because here they come down the backstretch. Oh, he just gave the 23 a nudge coming off of 2. 23 throws a block on him.
Oh, they touched again.
Yeah. I don't know if that was just bad blood or...
Looks like some tempers might have been flaring, if you ask me, Josh.
Absolutely. But in the end, Ian Martin comes home with the win.
Yep, you got Michael White coming through in the 2nd spot, only 1 second back, with Jonathan Mitchum in the 3rd. Mitchum comes from the back. We hadn't even heard his name all night, except for when we talked about why he's back at the back. And then 4th, Ron Morris.
Yeah. Billy Smith rounding out 5th. Carl Statton rolls across in 6th. Then Derek Batzer in 7th. And Wyatt Martin in 8th.
I got Wyatt Martin as 10th, but maybe not. Wild race.
Very wild race. Let's
maybe we can pull Carl in here and see what happened there.
Absolutely. You want to pull him in?
Hey there, Carl. It's Joe and Josh in the booth. How's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you guys?
Hey, man. You had a chance at a shot at it there, coming to the white flag. Looked like the 23 of Derek Batzer took E3 wide. I think he got a little loose maybe in the trial where he gave you a little bumper. What happened there?
I'm not exactly sure. I don't. Ian, it might have just been like a net code situation or something like that. Neither of us touched. Maybe 23 got a run, but I mean he got the run a little bit. But I had to try to close him. You come to the white flag, can't let anybody get by you that you don't allow.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys were 3 wide. You came across his nose, and everybody, and then it just turned into chaos. And then after that, were you after you got it back rolling? Was that bad blood, or were you guys just racing for the position there?
Yeah, we're trading from position there. Me and Derek have no problem. We're good buddies and stuff like that. So it might have been just a joke because both of us knew they were out of the money. So.
I got you. All right, cool. Well, good job. Well, good race up until the last couple of seconds. Josh, got anything for him?
No, I just want to say great race. Too bad it didn't work out for you at the end, but hopefully we'll see you next week, and maybe your luck will turn around.
Thanks, guys.
Well, Josh, that concludes our Sabbath Day race. Ian Martin taking the W again this week. So that we should see him on top of the leaderboard with Statton coming in 6th. So he should be not too far behind him on the leaderboard for the standings. Where are we going to next week? Do you know?
I do not know. All I know is Ian dominated tonight's race, leading 48 laps. So, I mean,
Yeah,
48 out of 55. That is
yeah.
domination.
Having the ability to ride at the bottom line like that, and he holds a really good line, so that's the thing. So next week we're headed to Michigan Legacy. So we'll be doing 50 laps at Michigan next Sunday night, Sabbath Day Series. If you guys are interested in being involved, $15 to race, $60 a season, 80% payout each night. So come out and race with these guys. These guys are high class, awesome racers, and we have a great time here at Intensity Broadcasting calling these races. You got anything else, Josh?
Well, I remember the last race in Michigan. That was the first race we called together, and that was an amazing race. So hopefully
It
we'll
was
see that.
awesome.
Hopefully we'll see that same 4, 5, 6 wide that we saw, especially if we can get 15 drivers like we had tonight. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it next week now.
Perfect. So, yeah, see you next week. IntensityBroadcasting.com. Like, follow, share us, do everything you can do. Tell your friends, let your brother and your sister know. And we'll see you guys next week. And as Atlee Atman Weiss always says, over and out.